Yo, welcome back to 3rd Street, house on 3rd Street. This is part 10. Actually, I must have missed something, because there's no way we're 10 weeks into this house. We've been here for 3 months. See, we got here, not here, but in town, April 26th at 1 a.m. 1:30, roughly 1:30ish in the morning. So, but I didn't start when we got here. I may have skipped a week or two. There's 4 and 4. That's so we're 2.5 months roughly. I know you remember in last week's project video that we did that blue fan in that bedroom upstairs, but you didn't see that room in the last video we did of the house. Yeah, that clock just kind of busted my balls this week. I'm surprised it's going. Apparently I fixed it, so leave it alone. It didn't need wound, I don't know what its problem was. So we're going to start here in the living room. Things have changed in each room, actually. Kind of. Probably not. Well, here we go. We have gone ahead and removed those vents, because I found some black spray paint. And we gone ahead and spray painted those. I changed the globes out on that fan. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I put a fancy pull chain thingy-majigger on it. That's about all we did to the living room. I guess I won't have to get all that brown stuff, that black stuff off there, so that I'm how things are going. The living room is right now how slow things are going. The living room's gonna get painted. Living room's gonna get painted. Carpet, front door's gonna get painted. We're gonna want to get new trim put in, or molding, or trim molding. So which means that rubber's gotta finish coming off. Gotta finish. Well, that's as if it doesn't come off in the kitchen. Leave it alone. An idea for that, maybe, probably not. Well, we need to get trim for around these doorways, because it's broken down there. Well, let's go see the rest of the house. We're gonna start with the basement, because I gotta go down there anyways. I gotta check on. You gotta check on that dehumidifier. Oh, by the way, we ended up using the other one of those over at my mom and dad's on the patio. So, comment in this video down below if you want to see a picture on the channel of that up and lit up over my parents' house. But I'm only going to do it if someone comments below in this video. Because if not, there's no use in me doing it. I was over here earlier today trying to check on the place, and then I was trying to get that clock. I tested the black paint. Worked on the clock, and I said, oh, come on. I was just over at the big house on 8th Street working on that. The yard. Like I said, nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. I gotta get down here and start to work, because that's kind of... this thing hasn't came off in a while, actually. So what we're going to have to do is I want to have to clean this basement, not clear it out, but cleaned out And then everything that's being kept that's along the walls are going to have to come in the middle. Because unfortunately, I'm going to have to go around and we're going to seal up. I want to seal up all the cracks so that it doesn't leak. There's that box I was talking about, if I mentioned that. And we'll get to that ceiling fan in a minute. I want to get new glass block windows. You know, we're going to paint the basement. The walls, actually. Yeah, you can see some daylight. That crack right there. Yeah, oh, the camera picked on it, up on it. There you go, see? Like, that's got to get fixed. I think the most of the water that's coming in is on this side of the house. Yeah, there's daylight right there. There we go. There's daylight right there. So, fix all that, and I guess waterproof it, proofing or whatever. Because I'm going to be setting up, I'm going to set up a workbench back there eventually. I just wish the ceiling wasn't so low. The way I got to get a plug put in back there for the old dryer. And then I want to get it set better instead of sitting like that. And I think that shelf that's in the kitchen is probably going to go over there. And then I got to put a ceramic. I want to put a ceramic in probably right here on the other side of these tubes. And then a ceramic in above the toilet. And then maybe something over there. Might use that light fixture that I have that I was going to put in that one bedroom. Let's go see that light fixture. I might put that over by the toilet. This is a light fixture I'm talking about. It might not have the globe on it, but yeah. Then we got the stove in the house. We got it all cleaned up, and I'm still letting it dry out. And there's the back. Still letting it dry out before I plug it in. I mean, we're not going to be able to test the burners. I just want to see if any of that's going to light up. And like I said, nothing's really changed. We got the next piece of nasty furniture that's going to come out here. Then the bathroom. Oh, my dad cleaned this over the weekend. Like I said, this is all going to get painted. Oh, it still smells. We're using this as a trash room, so all the trash bags that I filled up and gathered up will go in here. But yeah, still smells in there. Now we cleaned all this up. Dad says I missed some in here, but I don't care. So we're not painting this right now. This area is not getting painted. We're gonna have to get replace these rubber things on the steps. Hopefully I don't need to go to the bathroom. Which I did earlier, actually. But I didn't go. Then we changed this bulb. You'll see here in a minute. We'll talk about this. We're thinking about from here. Maybe we'll get a trim piece to cover that gap. I think they make this plastic wood paneling. We'll just take all that down, all the way down to where you see the love on the wall. Replace this and try to take this off really carefully. We don't break any of it. Replace this with that plastic stuff. And you should have lightened that up too. Alright, the next room has something that some of you may not like. I was bored and was kind of like tired of working on stuff, so I threw this up. Found this in the house. Then I put lights on it. Those lights didn't work, so I threw them downstairs thinking they were down the steps, thinking they would work, and they didn't, so I put them there. Alright, now this room, I've finally got, oh, it smells funny up here. Well, all the walls are done. I just gotta get to the ceiling. Gotta get those out of here. That one we're keeping, but I decided to just get them all out of here. My buddy was supposed to come get those two and never did, so screw him. If he don't come get them by the time they get out of here, then they don't. So in here, we're just doing the floors, put new floor in, and we're going to put something down there. So I got to get the rest of that up. And then I got to clean the ceiling and then get this room completely empty. But before we do that, I might empty this room out first. Remember when I said that I think there's hardwood in here? Well, there is hardwood. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this room emptied out. What I do is get all the garbage out of here first, and then rip the floor up. Then get everything we want to keep in between that room and that room. Then I'll rip the floor out of it here, clean it underneath real well, and then take everything out of that room, put it into this room. And then we can go through it and everything, and whatever goes back, and whatever goes back in, that has to go back in that room, will be in this room. And then whatever is in that room, well, I think what I'm going to do, whatever goes in this room is going in that room, and whatever goes into that room will go into, whatever goes into that room will come back into this room, if that makes sense. Well, anyways, like this dresser and those two stands can go in that room. I'll probably take that and put that back in that room. Then everything else will have to go into that room. And then when I get the floor out of here, I want to go ahead and do the walls, the ceiling. I got to do the walls and the ceiling before I do the floor. And then I'll rip the floor up. And then everything that was in that room that's got to go back in that room can come in this room, and I'll line up against this wall here. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how to make those shelves work. And all these books, I guess we'll put on that shelf. Or maybe not. You know what, screwed. All those books can go in that room. Now I'm going to use that shelf is going to be for some of my stuff. I don't know what. But some of my collectibles were going on that shelf. Then the closet will stay until such time. But yeah, that's the plan. Get all the trash out of here first. And then get the furniture emptied out. And that's got to go into the master bedroom eventually. So I can get that in that room so I can work on this floor and get this out of here. Because this room has wood floors and I would like to use them. Alright. Remember the room that we did in the last, another trash is gonna fall out. So this is this room. I'm gonna get in here and get the rest of the trash out. Now, anyways, I know you remember when we did the project video on this room, when we put that blue ceiling fan up, which I know you probably just saw it. There's the blue ceiling fan. Yeah, remember when it didn't work in the video? The switch is bad. Came back a couple hours later and tried to fix it. The pull chain broke, and see how this is all loose? That's not supposed to do that. So I gotta find a crate to put it in, and I'm gonna just dismantle it. It's not going away. It's not going away. It's gonna just, I'm gonna tuck it to put it somewhere. See. But yeah, I ended up putting up a ceiling fan. Remember the box that we were looking at downstairs? Yep. This is it. This is the ceiling fan that came out of the living room. Only difference is that it has different globes on it. And of course I was a dumb butthole, and I didn't clean it before putting it up. Now at the top of the light fixture at the top of the steps, remember when I said I changed the bulbs in it? Well, I had an extra one of these. So I was like, we'll take the two out of that one and make this one go. I mean, it's just the only drawback is I have to walk. If I walk under it, I gotta walk through here. I mean, it's just like really like. I still have to duck to get under it. Is it really necessary to have a ceiling fan in here? Not really. Not really, because, well, I have you resting on the door. The door is probably 2.5 inches away from the wall. I mean, no. Sorry, the ceiling. Cannot zoom in or out with this mode. Okay. Well, and of course, there's nothing wrong with the ceiling fan. We could have left it in the living room. But I have another fan. If I decide I want to switch it out, I do have another fan in mind, which already has LED bulbs in it, which gives me extra bulbs. It's that space weird looking one. But yeah, that's it. It goes. It's just missing one screw, which I'm not worried about. But yeah, I had this fan up in less than 30 minutes. Might just have to run up and down the steps to turn the power off the house. But when I do turn the switch off, I make sure the ceiling fan's off by the switch first, in case someone does come in that's a lot taller than me. Which, like my Uncle Lou, he's taller than me, so he'd bump his head on that for sure. So people like him is the reason why I won't leave it on when the switch is off. So we'll sit down in this room for a minute. The plan is for this room is we're using it for everything in this house that my cousin wants saved, which is mostly on this floor. That's all going to go into this room. I might want to get a new set of lights for that, maybe, probably not. It's going into this room. Now, once he passes away, a lot of this stuff is going to get pitched. Then I think once we do that, we're probably going to turn this bedroom into a bedroom. And so I can gather up all the materials to make this a bathroom. I have been talking about making this into a bathroom, which means the ceiling fan will be coming out. I had decided I want to put a walk-in shower in up here. I think what we'll do is we might split the room in half. Because I think what's underneath, yeah, the front porch is underneath here in the downstairs bathroom. So I think what we'll do is we'll split this and put a wall in. Or just have a big bathroom. Or just have a big bathroom, that's all. Get like a walk-in shower stall kit and commode. I mean, it's going to be hard to get a big. I was going to do a double vanity, but that's going to be hard to get it up, up that stairs and in through here. So we'll probably just maybe get two pedestal things, husband and wife. That's a thought. So, like I said, comment down below if you want to see a picture of that layout on my mom and dad's patio. So thank you for watching. And if you have a comment, please leave one. Thanks for watching.